Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a really chill video where I just talk about this oracle deck that I bought about a year ago and talk about my experiences with it. So I made a video when I first opened this oracle deck when I got it a year ago, and I was going to include all of the footage of that in this video, but I thought that it was extremely boring and I sounded like a completely different person. So I'm going to be putting that on my Patreon if you're interested in seeing those clips where I just I had this really nice long clip where I opened it for the first time and I went through all of the cards, but I don't know where that clip's gone. So whatever's left, all of the footage that I managed to save, it will be on my Patreon as a video or two, so you can go and check that out. So I have marketed this video, as you can see, as saying that this could be the best summer oracle deck, and obviously this is going to be a very personal thing, so obviously I'm not saying that this is the best oracle deck for everyone. It's just that personally for me this is the best summer oracle deck that I have come across, but obviously this is my only oracle deck, so I cannot speak on all of the summer themed oracle decks. But with what I would want from an oracle deck that is linked to the summer, personally for me, which is like the sea and stuff, I find this like a perfect oracle deck. But yeah, I don't try many other oracle decks because I'm trying to slowly build up a small collection of decks that I really love. So I don't want to go out and buy loads and loads because I think it's nice to just get one every couple of years and then really like enjoy using it and get to know it really well before I move on and buy another one, because I don't want to end up with tons and tons that I don't use, like my essential oil collection. So yes, anyway, let's just open it. So when you open this box, all of the cards are in here, and you get this book that is on top, and this guidebook is really helpful. And what's really nice is you can either do readings using this guidebook or just with the cards themselves, because the cards have like a little bit written on them but not too much, and there's also lots of pictures that you can take your own kind of interpretation from. So it's really nice that you have the option to get a more in-depth reading by going through this, or you can just see what your intuition kind of tells you when you see the cards, and this can depend on what you're asking of whether you want to just look at the cards or you want to look at both. But I think that it's nice because it's uncomplicated on what it means. So yes, and before we go into all of this, in case I forget, I just want to say that this deck of cards is so accurate usually for me, which I find absolutely crazy that it works that well. So I did a reading with my dad on holiday, and it was the only reading that I did because I just kind of wanted my holiday to be just me trying to not really think about anything, not really do anything, and kind of just enjoy it, because usually every holiday that I have I'm crazy trying to learn some new witchcraft, or I'm trying to do loads of crazy meditation in the sea and everything. So I was trying to make this holiday literally me doing nothing so I could see what it was like, and it was really nice. It was a really nice change. So I ended up not doing any oracle readings for myself. I just did one for my dad on his birthday, and he wanted to do like a past, present, future reading, and it was crazy how like the cards were just so perfect for his reading, and it just made like so much sense, like all of the cards that you get. And I find that crazy with like tarot and with oracle reading, how most of the time the card that you get is like so perfect and just suits so well. Like if you're trying to figure out the answer to a question you've been asking, then often the card you get links to the conclusion that you know your mind is trying to convince you of, and it's so crazy how well it works. So even for like the skeptics who think that like oracle reading and like tarot reading is like fake, it's crazy how it is so it just links so much to what you ask when other cards, if you look at other cards, they wouldn't link. So you just always end up drawing the perfect one. Anyway, so yeah, I was very happy that he got a really, really good reading, and that's one of my favourite things about reading like Oracle and Tarot, that it kind of is a fun activity to do with family and friends. So yes, anyway, so let's actually open this card deck. Now I've lost one of my hands because my other hand that you can't see right now is trying to keep this mic connected, because my mic adapter for my camera is not working. The connection keeps cutting out, so I might have to buy another cable, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, I think I fixed it. I've had to put loads and loads of books there. So anyway, this is the deck. So it says, may the sea be your guide. And I really, really love that, because I really, really love working with the sea in lots of different ways. I'd really, really love to learn more about sea witchery and sea magic in the future. I'm currently planning a video on conchomancy, which is the divination that you can do with shells, which I'm so excited to make that video, but I really don't know how I'm going to do it, because there's really not a lot of sources teaching you how to do that kind of divination. But anyway, so let's open these cards. So these cards, you get them in, there's 4 different groups, I don't know what you call them, kind of 4 different suits, but you wouldn't call it that because it's an oracle deck, I don't know, but 4 different groups the cards are in, and you see that on the back of the cards as to which one you're picking. So if you know what the different groups are, then you might like pick one from a certain deck on purpose. So some people might not like that, they might want all of the backs of the cards to be the exact same, but I think it's nice. I think it makes it quite unique, and it's so much easier to find what card you have when you know what group it is part of, if you want to get a more in-depth reading from this book. So I absolutely love these cards. They are so beautiful with the photography that they have on them, especially this. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? It is just perfect. And this one with the sunset, and this one, and I love how the pictures all link to what that group is about really, really well. So yes, on the cards we have a beautiful picture of the sea, and then we have kind of like a word, so like depth, belonging, we have love, wild, persist, present, gratitude, and then at the bottom we have kind of like, may you do this, so may you accept something, or may you express all that you are, stuff like that. So you can kind of get a really nice message from the sea without diving too in depth into the card. If you just want a quick reading in the morning, you could put this next to your kettle, and then while the water is boiling, then you could do a quick reading for the day and be like, oh, may you be exactly how you are, and then it reminds you that you need to accept yourself as you are and all of that. So then you don't need to go into too deep of a reading. But then if you wanted to, you could go in here, you could find the card, and you could be like, oh my gosh, it actually opened to the right page. It then says this really poetic, nice thing about the sea and how it links to your situation, and it kind of allows you to take on the strength of the sea that it has with dealing with the thing that you are dealing with, and you can kind of draw on the energy of the sea and just like use it as like your role model to try and deal with different situations in your life. So I absolutely loved using this deck when I was in some dark depressing times of my A-levels. I would go to this deck, and it was just so comforting, because it reminded me how strong the sea is and how I could be like the sea with facing all of my issues and challenges through my A-levels. So it was really, really nice to have that, and it meant a lot to me that I had this deck of cards with me throughout that experience. So let's talk about the 4 different suits that this deck is. So we have this first one, and let's find what it's called. So, they call them themes. So the first one we have is this one. It is self-compassion. So it says that it supports us in moments of struggle, change the way we motivate and care for ourselves, and quieten our inner critic. Held by the sea, we can learn to be kinder to ourselves and others. The entire deck invites you to explore self-compassion, but this theme draws you closer to 3 core elements as identified by pioneering self-compassion researcher Dr. Kristin Neff. These are mindfulness, being present with our emotions and experiences, self-kindness, being kind to ourselves, and common humanity, being aware of our suffering as a shared human experience. And what I love is it has these mantras all throughout this book. So it kind of gives you these nice you can say them as affirmations, or you can just say them as like things to remember. And if you really connect with some of them, then you can write them down and you could put them on your mirror or put them around your house, put one on your fridge, and it kind of reminds you to connect back to that energy of the sea, because the sea is so calm, but it can also be strong, and you can have times where the sea is really, really rough, but it can still support all of the life that lives in it. So you can kind of poetically look at the sea when you're working with this deck, which I really, really love. So next one we have is letting go, which is this one. So it also has qualities as well, ocean qualities, and this is kind of like correspondences as well, I guess. And these are kind of like nice kind of why do I keep saying kind of? That is really annoying. these are kind of like correspondences, but in this kind of deck's own way. So it's really, really nice. And then this has its own mantra, which I'm not going to read. And then it has all of this. You can pause it and read it. I'm not going to read all of it. This video is going to be so long. So yeah, it encourages you towards positive change as you realise what no longer serves you, such as behaviours, relationships, stuff and stories. So like this one is space. So may your heart and your scope expand. And I love this idea of space. I've been doing a lot of yoga lately, and I love how when you do yoga you can like open up different parts of your body, like both of your sides and like your hips and stuff, and kind of like feel like you're releasing a lot of tension through doing the different poses of yoga, and creating that space to feel more connected to your body and able to go through the world feeling a bit more grounded and safe and more connected with nature. I find yoga connects me with nature a lot because it helps you to slow down. Like nature is so slow in the way that it does things. But anyway, so yes, there we go. And then we have the next one, which is moving forward, which is this one. This is one of my favourite ones as well. It's so gorgeous. I'd love to take a picture like that one day, but I would have to have a drone. So yeah, like this one is imagine. May you look beyond what can be seen. And I think this is my favourite theme of all the 4 themes, because it just really speaks to me. Like my favourite words in the world are like create. I've always loved the word create ever since I was young. Like ever since I can remember, I've always loved that word because I'm such a creative person, and it's so inspiring, and just making things for the world is just so much fun. So I really love this, like imagine is such an incredible word as well. So I love this theme so much. So yeah, adventure and unexplored horizons, like all of that makes me so excited, like spontaneity and like exploring, and like all of those words, they just are so exciting. Imagination and inspires, and all of my favourite words. Anyway, so yes, I really love that theme. And then we have gratitude and awe, and I absolutely love the idea of that theme. I think it's really beautiful. So it can boost our well-being by being grateful, self-worth, generosity and connections to others, or can expand our perception of time, lift us away from everyday stress, and help us to take a fresh perspective. This theme encourages you to seek out joy and wonder. It calls you to pause and delight in the many gifts to be found around and within you to follow your bliss. So I love that. Is that all of them? Yes. And then it talks about all the cards, and then we have all the cards. So yes, this tells you about the thing a little bit more. So yeah, feel free to pause the video whenever you need to. But yeah, I absolutely love this deck. I would recommend it to anyone who loves like some kind cards with like some nice reassuring words. They're so peaceful, they're so beautiful, and they're a nice size to hold. I find them such a great size. We could compare them to the Raider Weight deck, because I have that here, so you can see for comparison. Might be similar size. I think they're a bit bigger. Or are they the same? Let's take one of each, that'd be easier than trying to hold the whole deck. These ones are smaller. But yeah, they're such a lovely size. And they're a really nice thickness. If you compare it with this, like that, they're really great. So I love that. But yeah, I don't use my tarot cards enough. I try and do a reading every day, but like I haven't done a reading every day since like January. I just need to put it in a place where I'm gonna see it. Oh my gosh, I need to sneeze. Oh my god. Anyway, okay, so I don't know if there's much more to say about this deck, but it is so incredible. I have no affiliation with this deck, obviously, and they're not paying me to say this. I just really wanted to make a video about it. I've been planning to make this video for the last year, because when I first recorded the first section of this video, I was like, this cannot be the full video. What is the time? What is the time? What is the time? Please tell me the time. Oh god, I need to leave in 10 minutes and I haven't eaten my lunch. Oh my god, that was really bad. So anyway, that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this oracle deck. If you have this deck, please let me know what your thoughts are of it in the comments down below. I would love to hear. I absolutely love this deck. As I've said, I would recommend it to anyone. I think it's such a lovely deck to have in your collection. It's such a wonderful deck to take on holiday, as I always say, because it is just so gorgeous. Hopefully one day I will actually live near the sea, so that I don't have to wait until the summer to be able to see the sea. But I think when I'm older and I can drive, I think I would honestly drive to the beach like some weekends if I could, because I just love the sea, and I love how easily you can do like earthing when you go to the beach. You can walk without any shoes on, and you can really like connect to the earth more fully. But yeah, anyway, earthing is for another video, and I am gonna miss library duty, so I need to go. But anyway, if you've made it to the end of this video, please leave some lovely little sea emojis in the comments, like the one with the big wave, and I think there's some seashell emojis, I can't remember, or like a fish emoji. That would be lovely to see. So yeah, thank you if you have reached the end of the video, and I will see you guys on Friday for the next podcast episode. It's really exciting. So yes, see you all then. Bye.